Okay, I'm back at home. I'm gonna put this video in front of the other videos. It's just nothing, me talking. But I said a couple of bad words somewhere in that video, and I don't feel like going and bleeping them out. So I'm just letting you know. I'm home. And tomorrow I got a CT scan that I gotta make. And I'm not budging after that until I can walk without a walker and get around. Okay. Have a good Tuesday, y'all. Good morning. I am on my way to get the recalls done on this truck. I've had a couple of recalls. One of them has been a recall for probably right at a year or more. And I just have not had the time to go sit at the Honda dealer and do nothing for several hours. But I'm going to do it. And for the first time since I got out of the hospital, I got my walker with me. I'm going to need the walker to hold myself upright. Actually, what it is I can walk if I lean over. And I need something to hold my upper body up while I'm leaning over. So I hate to look like that falling apart old man, but if I want to get anything done today, I'm just going to have to do that. So the recalls are, this got one of them stupid where you come up to a red light and your engine shuts off. And then when you step on the gas, it starts itself back up. Stupidest thing. I would never, I didn't know it had it when I bought this, or else there's no way I would have bought this. Now, you can bypass it. There's a button you got to push. But you got to remember every single time to push this button to stop it from shutting itself off. It's really a stupid thing. And at the end of the day, what do you save? A teaspoon of gasoline, maybe? And I think the amount you would save, the microscopic amount you would save in gasoline, you would spend in starter wear. So it's mind-blowing the ridiculous attempts they're making to satisfy the green people. Anyway, I may be a little cranky because my back hurts so bad. And I'm telling you, my wife was reminding me many, many years ago, the thing that made me buy my own truck. I'll tell you the story since we're driving. I hurt my back, ruptured a disc on the job for John & John Tank Lines, which is right up here, just a few more miles. And that year, I was driver of the year. Got a big plaque. You know, a little bonus check. I can't remember what it was. Driver of the year, right? I was in Connecticut unloading a load, and I was pulling a tanker, and you had to climb this ladder up to the top of your tank to open up your dome lid, so when you're unloading, it doesn't suck the vacuum doesn't cave your tank in. It was covered in ice, and I was very careful. And it's not the first time I had to go, we delivered to North Branford, Connecticut frequently. So I was used to ice and snow. Plus, maybe some of y'all don't know this, but I was born and raised in Connecticut. I left Connecticut when I joined the Army at 17. Never went back. Nothing against Connecticut, but I hate cold. I climbed the ladder and I fell off that ladder right on my butt. I blew a disc out. And I went out, I went to the hospital. Come on. Go, man. Fucking hell. You are one dumb son of a bitch. God. I did everything but write him a freaking invitation to come on. I mean, I put my brakes on, slowed down, gave him the lights. Some people, I believe there should be 2 levels of licenses. If you don't know how to get on an interstate, you should stay off the interstate. Sorry about the cussing. I'm really hurting and I am a little bit cranky. But my God, some people, And he's in a company truck, so he drives all day long. It's a pickup. Anyway, I fell and ruptured a disc. So I went from being driver of the year, they were considering me for terminal manager, and then I hurt my back, and next thing you know, I'm fired. So I bought my own truck. I didn't want to make a living out of workman's comp. I didn't want a settlement. I just wanted to come back and go to work. And the second I did come back and go to work, they fired me. So that's what made me buy my truck. Anyway, my wife was reminding me how bad it was back then. I had a mattress in the living room, and I laid on the living room floor, and I drank as little as possible because getting up to go pee or use the bathroom was excruciating. Days and days and days without sleep. There was no comfortable position to be in to sleep. She's right. I remember how bad it hurt. And back then I lived on the bayou, and I had to climb a flight of stairs to get up in my house. And this is what the company did. They kept wanting me to go to their doctor. And I did. But then they wanted me to go to physical therapy. And I was telling them, look, I got to go down and up a flight of stairs. I can't do it. The pain is unbearable. So, oh God, I hit a bump. Jesus. So then they want their safety man to come to my house and take us out to eat. And I said, what part of I can't move do you not understand? Do you not believe me? Anyway, John and John, they did one thing for me. They let me teach my wife how to drive an 18-wheeler. She didn't have to go to school, and to drive back then, all she needed was a learner's permit. This was like in 90. So they let her drive with me, and I taught her how to drive. 30 days later, she had a trucker's license. And that was the one thing I could say good about John and John. John and John Tank Lines, they were out of Crowley, Louisiana, and truly, they were the dumbest people I ever worked for. And every time I see a truck go by this many years later, it blows my mind that they're still in business. They were so stupid. From the bottom to the top, from the managers to the owners of the company. And one of them, I don't know if he still is, but one of the owners was a senator. Chris John was his name. Anyway, just talking. I'm on a couple of exits from where I gotta go. Good Lord. And when they come out, I'm gonna have to ask them to get my walker out of the bed of this truck. I hate looking like an old man, but it's the only way I'm gonna get shit done. And tomorrow I gotta go for a CT scan. Same thing, I'm gonna have my wife drop me off at the door and get my walker out, and I'll do it because I don't want to take the time to do this when I'm feeling good and I can get stuff done around the house. I guess at the risk of sounding like a doom and gloomer, I really think that we're in for some very difficult times. There's wars everywhere. There's a potential major war looming, and I really think if that war kicks off, it's going to affect what we can buy, maybe even gasoline, food, shortages of everything, I think. Let me look. Is this my exit? I don't think so. Be right back. I think it's this exit I got to get off. It is. Right? Yep, it is the Honda dealer. Plus, I'm on pain meds, so I'm not thinking 100%, This is where I bought my truck. All right. I'm sorry if I sound like but this is the truth. I really think that keep your gas tank filled. Keep some cash on hand. We may get, computers hacked. I think there's a potential for a lot of things happening. Man, there's a lot of traffic. All right, if I can think of anything else earth-breaking, earth-shattering to talk about. Okay, we're back on the road. So, only took about an hour and a half, I guess. Thereabouts. You know, this is just trivial, but why? You know, I see how far they drove my truck. 3.1 miles is what they drove. And they had to adjust my seat. All my mirrors were messed up. And the weird thing is, all my air conditioner vents were aimed. You know, I have my I know this is OCD-like, but I have my air conditioner vents aimed in a certain way. And I like to have them that way because I have one on the dashboard aimed up at the roof because it blows the hot air down. I have the one over on my left blowing at the window because that's where all the heat radiates from. And I don't know why, but they had to adjust all my AC vents and the temperature down to 68. Who wants 68-degree temperature in their vehicle? Okay, I'm done. On the way home, I'm still hurting, but one more thing I got to do. And I noticed this just the other day. I've got 28,000 miles on this in 4 years, so it's not a lot. And my front tires are wearing faster than my back tires. So on the way home, I'm going to stop at our tire shop and ask them what they would charge to rotate my tires. The back tires are noticeably more tread than the front tires, so probably got about another 10 or 12,000 miles I can get out of these safely out of these tires. I don't have to start figuring out how I'm going to afford tires. Well, I'll tell you what, I don't know if I can endure 4 more years of bad policies and inflation. All right. See you at home.